Yeah, maybe I should follow up. At this point, he wants to take more.
Hi everyone. Um, so I just wanted to I just thought that I would make a little outro, if you will, because the content that you just watched, there was no like talking, there was no commentary, there was no communication. It was it was a little it kind of lacked something. So I felt that, doing this additional little segment was just more, just make the video a little more complete. Um, those who don't know, um, my name is Danny, and I make all types of YouTube videos. And for those who watch my videos, you know that I enjoy chess. I like chess. I like to play chess. And yeah, that tournament um, that you just saw, um, that is from. It was called the 2023. Sorry, it was called the 2023 Winter Defrost Classical, and it was held um, from 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 January 6th to from January 6th to January 8th, 2023. And so there were 5 rounds to it. There were 5 rounds to it. I only played in 4 rounds, so for this tournament, I actually played in it. Um, there was one round where I got a force buy, so I did not play in that round, and it was located in the it was located in the it was located at Memorial University, which is in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. And the specific location was in the Memorial University, or Mine L, in the engineering building. And the the tournament format was Swiss, and the the time control was one game in 75 minutes plus a 30-second increment from move one. And this tournament was rated. So here in Canada, the national organization um, is the Chess Federation of Canada, CFC. So and that organization rates tournaments, including this one. So this rating will be rated by that organization. And the prizes for this, they were cash prizes. So that was all of the money. I don't know this for sure because I'm not really the tournament organizer. But when people enter the tournament, they pay an entry fee, and then all of that gets totaled up, and then like the winner or like, and then the winner basically wins all of that money. Um, and I was not the tournament organizer, so there was one tournament organizer, one tournament director, and he actually played in the tournament too. But that's fine. Um, so I just wanted mention just a few things about this tournament. So this is being recorded. This is being recorded. This video, this part of the video right now is being recorded after the tournament ended. So it's been actually quite a few days after the tournament ended. But better late than nothing. And so I just wanted just to make a few notes, a few commentaries. So there were a total of 18 players for this tournament. So that's quite a bit for Newfoundland, this region here. And since it's interesting because I just wanted to say that since the end of the pandemic, the chess in this region or this province has gone way up. Back in October or November of 2022, there was the provincial championship here, and that saw definitely a record number of participants. And this one here, 18, it's still quite a bit. When I used to play tournaments here regularly in this region, there was only about maybe maybe 6 or 7 or sometimes even 5 people, and it was only those same 5 to 7 people over and over again. So this is quite different. I haven't played in a chess tournament in this province in a long time, so it was quite surprising to me, because there were just a lot of new faces and a lot of more people. So for those those what you just watched, those clips, I haven't really been to a tournament in this region for very long, so I didn't really know very many people. That's why like I didn't feel comfortable filming too I didn't feel comfortable filming too close to the players, although it's 2023, and people have to get over that. People are going to film tournaments, they're going to film games, and that's what people want to see, right? They want to see players, they want to see the board, they want to see the game. So unfortunately, I didn't really get that, but maybe in the future it'll improve. So I'm just looking at the final standings in front of me here, and I'm just going to go over that just a little bit. So the first place was shared by 2 players, and so these players got 4 points out of 5 points, and so those 2 players, I'm sorry if I get the pronunciation wrong, Hussam El Rimawi was one of those 2, and then the second one who shared that top prize was Daily Merrigan. Yeah, Daily Merrigan. And as you can see in the thumbnail for this video, all of those final results are posted. So I'm not really gonna go over that again. And yeah, so I just want to try to make this video as brief as I can. Like I said, I didn't really have that much full content in the previous parts of the video, so I just wanted to just make this video just a little bit fuller. So I just wanted to just talk about a little bit of stuff that's going on in the chess world currently or recently. Um, so back at around Christmas, there was the FIDE, FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Chess Championship, and that was held in Kazakhstan on December 25 or December 26. I guess it depends where in the world you're living. 2022. That was one. I actually can talk about this because I watched the entire tournament online here. Um, so Magnus Carlsen won both of those parts. He won both the rapid and the blitz. Pretty impressive. Um, just it was interesting because there was one match where Magnus Carlsen. I'm sure that he does this on purpose. He always likes to be late for his games, and he gets away with it maybe because he's been the current world champion. He's been the current world champion. He's been the reigning world champion for so long, where people will wait for him and he won't get a penalty. But for this one, um, he was about like 5 minutes late, and they actually started his clock. His opponent said, "No, no, don't start it," but the organizers just started it anyways, which is what he really should do. He shouldn't give any special treatment to anyone. And these tournaments, whether they're at the low level or the high level, they need to stick to a timeline. Because if everyone does that, the schedule is just going to be um, too behind, and it's very disrespectful also to the opponent to just be waiting there. But anyways, he was about like, I don't know, about 5 minutes late, and his clock had already lost about 5 minutes. So he walks in to the board. He's wearing like a hoodie. His hair's all messed up. The commentators were saying they kind of assumed he just got out of bed, or they just somehow got him out of bed. And but anyways, he actually ended up winning that game. It wasn't a blitz. It was not a blitz. It was a rapid. But anyways, it was still very impressive that he won that game. Another notable that I remember about that tournament was it was there were other sections in the tournament that were completely, it seemed, open, um, like the just open participation. So what you saw were a lot of little kids, like kids as young as maybe um, not only teenagers, like preteens too. You had like teenagers, 13. I saw some like maybe 12, 11, maybe even 10. Um, there was one sort of a little bit of drama where there was this young kid. I would say he looked about maybe I would say he looked around 12 years old. Um, and apparently he was from that region, Kazakhstan. Um, and the first incident happened where his opponent, who was much older than him, the GM, the Grandmaster from Iran, and he was making a complaint about him, and he was much older. That GM from Iran must have been over 40, and this guy's only 12, a 12-year-old boy. And so there was a complaint about him, and the game was stopped or whatever. And then a few days later, a very similar incident happened where um, it was his opponent. It was the same little boy, and his opponent was another GM, another Grandmaster. I think it was from India. And it was interesting because the game stopped. All the tournament organizers were there, and apparently the Grandmaster from India was complaining um, that his friends were hanging around there, and then they were disturbing him. And apparently, in that case, he lost on time. And so, same little boy. I'm assuming that the complaint for the previous game was probably similar. And I was watching it, and I could see it. There was another little kid there who I watched also. He was another 12-year-old boy, and he was right at the board, and he was, just seeing what was going on. So I'm assuming he was part of the problem. And it was really funny. But anyways, the second one ended up, I think, in a draw. But that was funny, just seeing the little kid. He was just standing up. He didn't think I don't think he knew what was going on. The same thing as in the previous incident. He would just stand up and, you know, very innocent. And the tournament organizers were talking to him and stuff. So I wanted to just talk about um, the um, the 2023 Tata Steel Chess Championship that's happening right now in the Netherlands. So right now, we're about today was maybe round 7, and so it's been about a week old. There's still quite a few days or quite a few rounds. I'm assuming that there's probably about 10 rounds, maybe 12 rounds, or 10 to 12 days for the whole tournament. So it's about halfway through. I've been watching all of it from round 1 to about round 6 maybe. Um, Round 6 or round 5. So I have a little bit of catching up. I'm gonna watch some more today. Um, just a little bit of notes that I wanted to make about that was Magnus Carlsen lost to Anish Giri, um, and so Magnus Carlsen used the Queen's Indian defense. It didn't work against Anish Giri. I've watched like so many games from those two competing against each other, and Carlsen would always beat Giri very easily, it would seem. Um, and Apparently, um, Geary, 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 Geary has not beaten Carlsen in a classical since way back in 2011. Um, so I was watching the game, and the analysts were talking, and Carlsen just made a lot of just obvious bad blunders or mistakes in the middle game. Um, so Carlsen just didn't really play well at all. Although Geary still played well. So I don't think Carlsen's having a good tournament up to now. The last round that I watched, like I said, maybe it was round 5 or round 6. It was kind of neat because it kind of looks like they do this for that tournament, and this is a yearly tournament for that tournament, and they also do it for a lot of other tournaments just for a change and to make things a little bit more interesting, where they change the venue. And so I think it's only for the top players, but they changed the whole venue. And this venue it's kind of like it almost looks like they're playing night matches, where it's almost completely in the dark, but you just have these lamps that are literally on top of the boards, and you can barely see the spectators. You can still see them, but it's people like that dark ambiance, that dark environment, and it's pretty neat in general. The commentators were just saying um, that there was one of them who had played in some of those so-called night matches, and I think he liked it generally, but there's one thing where if the lighting is not done properly, then if a player is sort of leaning over the board, it can cast a shadow or a little bit of a shadow, so the other opponent may have a hard time, like the other opponent may have a hard time like seeing some of the pieces. But I've been watching that, and I didn't really see see any of that. So I just wanted to wrap up. I don't want to make this video too long. And so the tournament that I played in, the 2023 Winter Defrost, the 2023 Winter Defrost Classical, it was very well organized. The people were pretty good, pretty friendly. You know, they like to stay around after, and you know, if you wanted to, you could analyze the games with some of the players and stuff. Very well organized, very well put, and I didn't really do very well in the tournament statistically, but there were so many positives for me and really for anyone who just participates in a tournament because you gain that experience, right? You gain tournament experience, and you know that experience that you need of of being in a tournament, you know, things like being on time, like learning etiquette, like getting used to like sitting in front of a stranger for like a few hours. And also like even if you do lose matches, you always learn things from it, right? You learn from your mistakes, you know, because you're always recording all your moves after. You can go over your moves and you can analyze it, you can see your areas that you can improve or whatever. So yeah, so for me anyways, it was definitely, you know, a positive. So thanks for watching my YouTube video. Thanks for watching all my YouTube videos. Make sure um, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit on all no hit on hit on and hit on the all notifications button so that you'll know whenever I post a new video. And thanks for watching. Peace out.